is my home for the next 4 months. It's such a surreal feeling to be here, and I don't know, it's just crazy to be on the other side of the world in a country I've never been to before, and it's so beautiful here. And I'm just so excited to share this experience with all of you. So I just wanted to pop in and share my pre-departure experience, introduce my program, why I chose it, how I applied, and prepare for everything. So I just finished my last quarter of undergrad at UCLA, and all I have left is the foreign language requirement. So I studied abroad 2 summers ago in Hong Kong, and I loved the experience so much that I knew I wanted to do it again, and I really wanted to come to Europe. So I guess I'm pretty lucky because everything just kind of fell into place for me. I realized last year that I was going to be able to finish 2 quarters early, which means I would be able to complete an entire spring semester, and that satisfies a year's worth of foreign language. I'm doing the Language and Culture program, which is under UCEAP, meaning all UC students can participate in this, not just UCLA students. And I won't be attending a university, so I'm not a foreign exchange student. Instead, the classes are held at this UC affiliate center called Accent. So since I've never taken Italian, I will be taking Italian 1, 2, and 3, as well as a culture elective course. And I was really excited for this because I definitely knew I wanted to go to Europe, and specifically Italy, because Italy is one of the major food capitals of the world. And I just really wanted this culinary exposure. I'm really passionate about food, so I was really excited when I saw that one of the culture courses is on the history and culture of food in Italy. So it was just kind of perfect because this program not only satisfies my foreign language requirement, but it's really aligned with my professional and personal interests. So the whole process officially began last spring. I submitted the initial application to my on-campus study abroad office, and around May, I was notified that I got approved for the program. The process was pretty simple. As long as you're in good standing, you should pretty much get approved. The application itself was pretty straightforward. There was no essays or short answers of that sort. So I'm not sure if that goes for all programs, but at least for this one, it was pretty easy to apply. Around December, UCAP sent out a pre-departure checklist outlining all the documents and deadlines we would need to submit them by. It's basically just logistical stuff like signing online agreements, waivers, a health clearance, and then the biggest thing was the visa application, because if you're going to be here for more than 90 days, you need to apply for a visa. But other than that, as long as you stay on top of all the deadlines, it's not too hard. I started looking into phone and money options. I have T-Mobile, so it was pretty easy for me because international service is free and already included in your plan. So far the service here is really great. I have LTE pretty much everywhere. I was nervous at first because they told me you would only get 3G, but so far the service has been great, and I've been using Google Maps to get me to places, and I haven't gotten lost yet, so it's been really helpful. If you don't have T-Mobile, I would recommend getting your phone unlocked so that when you come here you can purchase a SIM card, and then you would get your own Italian number so that you can have phone, text, and data service, which I think is really important, just especially for emergencies, and if you ever get lost, you know, it's kind of a lifesaver, so you should definitely look into that. Here in Italy, they use euros, so I researched what were the most cost efficient and I guess least amount of transaction fees. I personally use Bank of America, so it turned out to be ideal because their travel credit card has no transaction fees. It's just simply the exchange rate. Also, they have an affiliate bank here called BNL, and so when you withdraw from their ATM, you don't get that $5 I guess international fee, but you would still get a 3% fee of the amount you withdrew. So personally, I've been using credit card as much as I can, and I guess reserving my cash for those places where they take cash only. You should also definitely make sure to order some euros back home before you take off, because it's just safe to have some cash on hand when you arrive, because you don't know where you're going to find an ATM, and also the exchange rate at airports aren't as great. I would recommend getting around 500 euros just so you have enough for food and transportation for the first couple of days, and then also the residence permit is around 160 euros, and you have to pay that in cash. So I think 500 is a good amount, and then when you get here you can figure out which ATM is the best for you. So in terms of enrollment, it was pretty easy and straightforward for me since I'm doing a language course. I basically would wait until I get here and take a placement test, and then from there they would assign me. But since I've never taken Italian, I know I'm going to end up taking Italian 1, 2, and 3. Before the elective course, in December, you will receive an email from the academic counselor with accents here in Florence, and this is done on a first come first served basis. So you'll first receive an email with all the course descriptions, and then a couple days later you'll receive another email with an enrollment link where you go to select your top 3 preferences. So I'm really happy I got my first choice, which is the history and culture of food in Italy, but there were also really other fun choices like jokes and humor in Italian literature and love and marriage traditions here in Italy, so it's definitely supposed to be fun. There's also a housing form that you'll need to submit, which just basically indicates if you want to do homestay or live in a private apartment, and then just some lifestyle preferences so that they can pair you up with compatible roommates. Basically, before I got here, I had no idea about what housing was going to be like. You don't find out until you check in the day you arrive. So I ended up getting an apartment with 4 of the girls. There is 1 single and 2 doubles in this apartment, and it's actually a lot more spacious than I was expecting. They were telling us, or like they were warning us that, you know, don't expect a lot of space, and also it's a lot older here in Florence, but honestly I'm very comfortable with this apartment, and I've also seen some other girls' apartments and they're pretty nice as well, so I don't think that's something you should have to worry about. So by mid-December, pretty much all the logistical stuff is set, and really all I focused on was packing and researching about what life would be like in Florence. Packing was definitely a struggle. I mean, it's really hard to pack for 4 months into 2 luggages. So it's going to be pretty cold here in Florence during the time that I'm here. It's definitely different from SoCal, so it was kind of a struggle to decide what to pack, but basically I just brought 1 large wool jacket, a water-resistant jacket, some other light jackets, a ton of sweaters, and then just a lot of clothes for layering so it'd be easy to mix and match stuff. I also packed some cold weather accessories like fuzzy socks, beanies, scarves, and gloves. And other than that, I didn't really purchase anything for this trip. The main thing I did purchase was a travel adapter. Here in Italy, they don't use the same outlet. The one in Europe, it looks like this. It has like 2 rounded prongs, and this one is cool. I got it off Amazon because not only does it have the outlet for like the regular plugs, but there are also 2 USB plugs here on the side, so I can be charging my laptop, my phone, and my camera all at the same time. You definitely want to buy this ahead of time because I know at the airport it can be pretty expensive, and I got mine on Amazon for around $10. So I think that just about covers it all in terms of pre-departure. I took off from LAX on January 6th at 6 a.m. and I arrived in Florence the next day at 9 a.m. I actually met 3 other people on my flight who were also on the program, so that was nice because we were able to help each other out and figure out where to go. But the Florence airport is actually really small, so it was really easy to get around, and once we got here, we just took a taxi over to the Accent Center, checked in, got our apartment assignments, and then taxied over to our apartment. So here I am now. I'm super excited to start vlogging all my experiences. I'll be capturing what everyday life is like here studying abroad in Florence, and I also plan to visit a lot of other countries throughout the next few months. So hopefully these vlogs will be fun and interesting for all of you. I guess subscribe and stay tuned for more. Yeah, I'm gonna go do a little exploring now, so ciao!